Welcome everyone. Let's turn down the desktop audio. I'm gonna turn down... Gosh. Audio. Let's turn down that a little bit. Alright, so we're gonna start an Uber run. Let me show you. We're on the public test realm here, and what we're using a paladin. Go through gear first. I'm using a grief, 375 damage, 40 IAS. Using a G-face, and I like to put in an Ithrune, which I know is not very popular, but I like using it because it does 15% damage goes to mana. And I feel I've tested this in single player, and I've had low gear before and put that rune in, and it's saved me from getting one-shotted from Mephisto, and so that's why I like using it. Like I said, it's not very popular, and you know, for whatever reason, everyone always likes Cham, but I use a Ravenfrost. Or, you know, some people might put in a Ral for resistance or a UM or something. Anyway, I like the Ithrune. I'm using an Uptaz with a UM in it. High Lord's Wrath, COH, and like I said, we are in PTR, so I'm using the gear that was available. This is the COH that was available at the lowest strength requirements. I'm using a Drax Grasp, and there's the Ravenfrost again. T-Gods, Wisp Projector, Gores, and then for charms, I did do an Uber earlier, and I got a Pally charm, which is really sick, and a really good one too. So I will be using that. Yeah, so I got one combat, one offensive, and then all these are the resistances charms that they gave you, so I just stocked it full of resistance charms. I'll have a CTA 551, and then a spirit. They didn't give you Pally shields in the PTR, so I'm just using a Monarch, which I just need the skills for anyway. And then let's check out stats here really quick. So I've just got enough strength to hold gear, enough dexterity. I've got to hold. So dexterity, we'll show you really quick here. So it should be max block, yeah. So enough dexterity to get max block with Holy Shield on. And then the rest of it into Vitality. So here's my resistances. You can see how high it is. That's a new feature, which is really cool. I like that. I didn't really even notice that till just now. But if you hover over now, it tells you the total resistance bonus you have. So my lightning's at 309, bonus poison's 274, cold's 274, fire's 274, and that's because, you know, when Mephisto does his, is it conviction, I think it's called, it'll drop it down like 120 points or something, or 130, I can't remember. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, there's my stats. I'm not going to go through all those. Skills. This is my typical smiter build that I usually use. Max out smite, max out holy shield, and I max out sacrifice, and I only put one into zeal because I only need the 5 hits. I don't really need the extra attack rating. Personally, I've noticed I've needed it anyway. And you max out Sacrifice because it gives you more damage to the Zeal. For offensive, I've maxed out Fanaticism, obviously. And then I've put 1 point into Vigor and 1 into Cleanse. Those are just like so I can run faster. I never use Charge. I know a lot of the streamers use that quite often and people talk about it, but I don't use Charge. I usually just use Vigor if I need to go faster, and then Cleanse is just nice for helping if you're poisoned and stuff. Anywho, what I've also done with extra skills is I've put it into Resist Lightning so that you get the passive bonus. So with base 4, I will get +2 to Lightning passive, which is creates a base point. And then I've got 1 into Fire, and that's just because the level that you're at in PTR is 85, so if I got 1 more level, I would add 1 more to Fire to give it 1 passive. So that's it. Pretty simple. Smiter's pretty simple. I never use Salvation. I've never needed it for Ubers. I know a lot of people like using it. Another option I like to do if I can't get Chains of Honor is I'll do a Treachery because it's cheap. And I don't think I have one on here. Yeah, the Treachery. Because it's a cheap armor, I'll go proc it, and then I will throw on a Duress because that's also fairly cheap. And that works really well. But with Chains of Honor, you already have 65 resist all, which is more than what Treachery gives you. So that's why I like using the COH. Plus you get the +2 to skills and all that stuff. Anyway, that being said, let's go ahead and start. So alright, so I'm going to go in here, BO, I like to do the sands first. I think a lot of people do. Go ahead and see if I can turn down the volume more, because I don't know if you can hear it, the volume, but man, it's really loud for me, so I'm just gonna turn it off. Well, I might need the sound. Alright. Another thing to be said about doing Ubers is you always want to do your own game. You never want to do the automatic generated game because I've not been able to join those before. So you always want to do your own game with your own password. Alright, so next we'll do Furnace. And this is slow for me because I don't have a teleport or anything, so try to run it. This is why I like using Zeal and Smite together, because Smite is an awful crowd killer. Crowd is awful for crowd control, in my experience. So I like having the Zeal. So that I can do crowd control after I do a kill. Alright, so I've got the 2 pieces. I just need to get the horn. Matron's Den. Oh, so one thing is, my whole point of doing this was to use the merc. And apparently she already died. And I know that. I know the mercs die pretty easily doing Ubers, so I didn't have a whole lot of, you know, hope or anything. But I just wanted to test it out. So I'm using, for her, it's a, I can't remember if I told you guys, but anyway, it's a Holy Freeze merc Act 1 with the Andy's Visage with a Ral for the fire resist, and then the Fortitude that's available at the low strength. And then I made the Mist, the new runeword Mist, and the reason why is for the concentration. I just kind of wanted to see if it added any to my damage or it made it easier or anything, but I imagine she'll probably die pretty quickly in the Matron's Den, because it's pretty rough. So, let's see. Yeah, see, that mana burn is ridiculous. I know everybody, including like streamers and stuff, have all mentioned how awful mana burn is, and we're all hoping that Blizzard actually listens to what the community is asking for and fixes that. Gotta be careful not to go too fast. I'm not really afraid of anybody in here, but if you go too fast, a lot of times you can get caught up with too many people. See, yeah, my merc already died. They're just not strong enough to... And I wonder if she had better armor, like a better fortitude, if she would survive longer. I don't know. I was hoping she would survive longer because she's oh jeez, wow. Whoa, that was fast. So that's what I was trying to avoid. But the cool part about that is I do have my own game. So in theory, I can just join it again. And at least get my body back. Yeah, those chicks are kind of annoying. They can hit pretty hard. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get the merc back again.
Afternoon.
We'll BO. Makes you wonder where you got hit because there's nobody there. Oh jeez, that's where I'm getting hit. Gosh. Alright, let's move on, shall we? She leveled up. Come on, Andy, where are you? Well, my merc's still alive. That's kind of surprising. Oh, there we go. She's right here. Should make it easy because then they can just kind of hang out the door. My mercenary's probably going to get killed and not even be able to help me because she got stuck in the room. So that's obviously a AI issue with the merc. It's kind of stupid. Okay. Alright. Let's get some healage. Okay. Go ahead and revive her again.
Yes.
And I'm only going to do it one time. I'm not going to mess around with her if she dies right off the bat. I just was kind of curious if it made a difference with damage, and so far I haven't really noticed a difference. I'm sure there is a tiny bit of difference, but the fact is she can't really stay alive and she doesn't stay back far enough to not get hurt. It's kind of pointless. Yeah, and see, they actually cause more problem than they help, actually. So she's already summoned Mephisto. Come on. There we go. Yeah, she's already dead. It's waste of time. That was a nice try, though. I was nice experiment. Just curious if that added anything. It's probably okay for regular gameplay. And this is not how I usually get Mephisto, by the way. I usually walk around this way, just like most people do, and get him to come out here. But my mercenary triggered him, so I just killed him there. Anyway, so we'll just go ahead and get Diablo really quick. Let's see if we can get him to run out here. Come on, big boy. There's Bale. Usually Diablo will run out. But this is just fine too. I hate these physical meals. So let's go ahead and find Diablo now. This is usually how you get out Bale, but nothing's gone the way it usually does so far. So let's see if we can get Diablo to run out here. That's funny, Soul Rune. And there you go, it's done. That's why I like the gear, because from testing, it's what I've personally found to be the best. I know everybody really likes Exile, but my personal opinion, if you have Drax Grasp, you don't need Exile, because the purpose of them both is to proc Life Tap, and I never have any issues proccing Life Tap with just the gloves, and so I think this is stronger shield, and that's my personal opinion. It's got a lot of resistances and everything. I think you get a little more actually from the Exile if you can get a 45, but this will give you more fire resistance. I think this gives you more skills. I just like it better. So, my opinion, if you have Drax, you don't need Exile. If you have Exile, you don't need Drax. And if that were the case, I'd be using, I don't think it's on the PTR, or I haven't put it in my inventory, but I would be using Laying on Hands if I had Exile. That's what I would switch those out, because the Laying on Hands does increased attack speed, plus it does damage to demons. So it's a pretty good setup. So let's go ahead and put my torch here and go grab the other one, and we'll go see what it is. I usually actually don't use a torch when I do Ubers. I actually don't need it, but it's nice to have. I'll use an Annie, but I don't have one. But usually I don't even use a torch when I do Ubers. That way I can pick it up when I'm there. Alright, let's check it out. See what we got here. Ha, another Paladin 10-15. Oh man, that's hilarious. This one's way better. Alright, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the video. And check out my Twitch stream channel, Twitch Jeffrix45, I believe. I change it a lot. TV.com. And, or something like that. I don't know. And you can check out my YouTube under the same name. Check out the links if you want to check out my old videos. And we'll see you guys later.